All right. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How is it going? I am no one, and today is an exciting day. Today is a day that I have been looking forward to for years now. A lot of you guys know me as the ESO patch notes guy, and I have moved on. We have moved on to Ashes of Creation patch note. And so I'm looking forward to starting this new fresh journey with you guys, being a patch note dispenser of information. And yeah, we're just going to dive right into the updates that happened earlier today. So with that being said, let's dive into it. PTR update notes, Wednesday, November 13th. To help new characters, we've added an opt-in to PvP safety option. This is available to non-combatants that are level 5 or lower in the starting areas. So if you guys have not been around for the weekend and you have not been consuming YouTube content, you should know that there was a PK heard around the world this last weekend where Asmongold was griefed in the starter zone.
Oh no! Oh no!
I have talked multiple times on this channel, on other channels, on the 1v1 podcast with Vladis, other interviews. I don't believe griefing lobbies is a form of PvP. I am not for it in any way, shape, or form. I think there's a place for corruption and PKs in game to get loot or to resolve an issue or to create some exciting fun. I don't think griefing lobbies in the starting zone is that thing. And so because it happened to Asmongold, I could see it becoming an issue later on down the line. I think corruption's really good. I think the one loophole is it doesn't take too long, like I said in my previous video, to get to level 3, 4, and 5, buy some starter level gear and essentially dominate people coming out of the portal without weapons and without skills and, you know, with the ability to defend themselves. And so this makes a lot of sense. This makes a lot of sense so that, you know, developers, instead of investing their own time and effort into policing people crushing lobbies, it's just a safe zone. You can opt in, not have PvP. It's only for level 5 and lower. Doesn't really matter. I didn't want a PvP until I got to level 10 anyways, personally. Like you don't, it's really hard to get gear. Gear changes everything at level 10. Why play a lower form of PvP until you get to level 10? So it allows people to get their feet wet, to experience stuff around the starting area, to not get griefed into oblivion. So I do think this is a very good change. We're talking a lot about this. I think this is good to see. And so I've talked about this also. I mentioned it on the Voice of Era podcast as well, that this team moves quick. Like this happened this last weekend. It was a big deal. It became a big talking point. The development team looked at it and they implemented a change very quickly. This is what you want to see. Every single game that you're going to play is going to have issues. They're going to have problematic things, and it's how the development team reacts to this. So hats off to Intrepid for making a quick adjustment so that people can get in and actually experience Alpha 2 a little bit more safely. Next one, added the ability to recover caravans. When you're close to a caravan, you can recover. You should see an option in-game to allow for caravan recovery. Okay. I am curious if we'll be actually be able to PvP caravans this next weekend. Couldn't do that last weekend, and I was very disappointed as a caravan enjoyer. But nice little change. Resurrect will now be granted automatically to clerics when they reach level 6. I think before it was level 1. They also changed a cleric cooldown of resurrect to 30 seconds. Before it used to be instant. I think it used to have the ability to instantly resurrect. So if you had mana, you could put people up. Now it's a 30-second cooldown. So those revives won't be arriving as quickly as they have in the past. I think these are good changes in general. I don't think you want to have people being able to, like, you want some, this is just basically making your group decide how they're going to interact in the world a little bit more carefully, I think. And I think both these changes are pretty good. Self buffs will now be removed when respeccing your skill tree. This makes complete sense to me. There's some goofy weapon things that I have heard about, so hopefully it applies to that as well later on down the road. Fishing rewards will now properly give items with a variety of rarities and certification experience. All right. Adjusted the drop rate of items from named enemies. Okay, does that mean it goes up or down? Okay, well, this could be good or bad. I don't know. I don't know if this is good or bad. Fixed a bug causing bags to have a fuel requirement and a longer than expected crafting time. Okay, I haven't gotten into much crafting in this game, so I I didn't know that. Fix the bug causing the Bonebinder Shaman to permanently reduce a character's physical mitigation. Oh, okay. So that's why they hit so hard sometimes. Removed equipment from the list of what Mayor vendors were selling. Okay. Added different damage type weapons to several vendors. Okay. Be interested to see what they are. I know they wrote this up quick, but I'd like to see the weapons. Fixes for some NPCs so that they're now no longer standing on top of buildings. Commissions have had font changes in the UI. Fixed UI bugs with Guild War declarations. Okay. Fix several typos in item descriptions. Improve the visuals of some cloaks for Vec characters. Okay. So justice for Vex. Lighting related client performance improvements and fixes for some crash issues. So as we get further and further along into this process, you will see that things will just slowly improve. I don't know how long you guys have been playing, but I've been playing for the last 3 weekends and it's gotten progressively better. We had a big onboarding back in October. There were a lot of lag outs. There was disconnects. They took the servers down on Saturday. Then they took the servers down early on Sunday due to a DDoS attack. 2 weekends ago, it was a lot better. Last weekend, they onboarded a lot more people, and the new onboarding worked a lot better than the first one. And there were a lot less bugs. There was a lot less issues. Still quite a few. I think my favorite one right now is one of my favorite bugs right now is the fact that I get to swim above the water outside of Halcyon, I think. So I'm like 20 feet above the water swimming. I think that's a pretty cool little bug. But things are getting better. Things are getting a lot better. There was a bug issue with the bow for a little bit where when I would weapon swap, my bow would no longer activate. That's happening a lot less often. On Sunday, it was happening almost not at all. So that is a great change. And obviously, this low-level starter zone change is also very good in my opinion. I think this is a good needed change. I don't think it changes the competition of the game. It lets people get in there and get their feet wet with an MMO without being inundated with things that they can't do. Nice said it pretty well. Is like, don't you want to be able to hop in and at least adjust your keybinds before you start fighting something? So I think it makes sense. I know some people are talking about, well, this is where they're giving in, and I see that perspective as well. But I think for an alpha, I really do think for an alpha, having these sort of areas so that people can get the starter zone set up properly, it makes a lot of sense. Obviously, later on down the road, if you have a report griefing feature to where you can report to in-game developers and they can come check it out themselves, obviously that would be a better tool down the road. But I think right now their developers are really focused on making performance for the game, and so this is a less hands-on approach for that, in my opinion. So I'm going to end the video here. I will continue to update these as we get them. Let me know what you guys think about the changes. Obviously, I'm just one person. I'm one person with one opinion posting on YouTube. You guys obviously have your own. Do you think this is a good change or a bad change? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day.